and welcome, it's Matt Finnegan here and you're watching another Soccer Insight betting preview. In this video we're going to look at Man City versus Spurs, the big game on Sunday, and this could be a very good game to trade or to bet in running, to bet pre-game, and I'm just going to run you through some of your options in this preview. And looking at the prices on Man City, well, basically, we rate them on the OP index. That's from oddspredictor.com, my free stats database, well worth checking out. 1.91, Spurs at 4.3, and the draw at 3-1, 4.0. And looking at the sort of form, well, both go into the game following losses just before the international break, and but City's form at home is very good. Spurs, they're just not scoring goals, and that may be a factor in your thought process if you want to get involved with Spurs this weekend. They're just, for me, not scoring enough goals. Plus Man City very strong at home, struggling on the road, but at the Etihad they're pretty much unbeatable at the moment. And looking through the head-to-head, certainly in the last 3 seasons, Man City have had the upper hand, winning 3 of those matches. But Spurs do have a very good record overall at City, and it's been a ground that they've done well in the past. But the last 3 seasons, as I said, Man City 3 wins on the bounce. There's been no draws in the last 7 games, so we're probably overdue a draw in this one. Looking at the Betfair markets, well, you can see that Spurs are exceptional value going into the game, almost 5-1 to win this. We rate them at 10-3, 4.3. That means Man City are very skinny, and that's possibly going to limit your options if you want to play on a home victory there. 1.71, I'm not so sure that I'd be wanting to sort of take that, even with City's home record. Spurs are a very good team, and it pays your money, it takes your chance. But let's have a look at some of those options if you feel that Man City will go on and win this game. Well, like I say, they're no value. They're too short against our index, and for me, I can't have that. So the main option that you will have is the winning margin option, Dutch in 1 or 2 goals. That should pay around sort of 2.25 at the sort of the best prices there. That's what's possibly going to be available. Can you see Spurs lose? Will they lose by 3 goals? I don't think so. That's an option there. Another one is, I can see Spurs, even though they haven't been scoring, is that I think they will score at least 1 goal in this match. So if you do fancy City, it might be an option of price ramping to win not to nil, and you should get around about 7-2 on that factor, 4.5. Yes, it is very speculative, but in markets where you're going to struggle because of City's short price, it might pay you to sort of be a little bit speculative, lower your stake and take a bigger price that they actually win, and Spurs go on to score in the game. On the flip side, Spurs, if you fancy them to win or get a result, well, they're exceptional value. Just take the value that's on offer. You've seen that on the betting exchanges, but that gives you the option of laying Man City on the exchanges, and you get around 11-8, 2.38 that Man City don't win, and that's the price that you should be looking for in the double chance market as well. So if you do fancy Spurs to come away with a point, it's possibly the best option would be lay City. You're getting odds against that they don't win the game, so that's not too bad. Another one that I quite like is the Asian handicap, Spurs plus 1 goal, 8-11, 1.73. I do really like that bet. Basically, City have got to beat Spurs by 2 or more goals for you to lose your stake. If Spurs lose the game, then your money's refunded. So you have got the draw and you have got the Spurs victory going there. Yes, it is odds on, but it's that refund of, if they lose by 1 goal, and I think that's the most likely outcome if they are to lose the game, would be by that 1 goal. It's going to take 2 goals for you to lose your money in there. You get your money back if Spurs lose by that 1 goal. And a speculative bet here, with Spurs doing well, and that's basically that they keep Man City down to just one goal in the game, or no goals in the game, and neither team winning the race to 2 goals. Spurs are not scoring, so you can sort of say, will they breach City's defence and score 2? I don't think so. What you're saying there is that they're going to keep it tight, and Man City not going to score. 15-8 you get on that, 2.88, and as a speculative bet, a little bit different. That's certainly one that you may want to put in your notebooks. Let's have a look at the winning margins and sort of the options there, and you can sort of see, as sort of already mentioned, 2.25 Man City, that 1 or 2 goals. Look, you've got no real options dutching the outcome for Spurs in the winning margin markets. You've already got the value. You've already got the value in the game itself, so you don't need to do that. If you want to be a little bit more speculative, you could ramp that up to 6-1, just taking that 1 goal margin. I don't think they'll beat City by 2 clear goals myself if they are to win, but again, that's probably a touch brave for me. With that, I just think there's better options covering more bases at shorter prices than taking taking the 5-1 or the 6-1. But if you disagree with that, then Spurs are exceptional value, and I recommend that you do snap up that sort of price. City, could you see them winning by 2 or 3 goals? No, it's a little bit speculative, but if you can get around 5-2, then that's going to be sort of fair value on that. Surprisingly, in the profile of this game, that there is margin in the overs actually, even though that's odds on. There is a little bit of margin, but like I've said in many of my previews, big fan of getting a feel for the game. Spurs generally don't score many goals before half time, so as much as there's a little bit of value in this profile of the game, I just wouldn't be wanting to sort of take taking the overs. I'd be more interested in the 4.33 on under 1.5 goals. If it is tight, that price is really going to sort of collapse, and at the end of the day, if it's 0-0 at half time, that's going to be odds on. So there's a lot of outs where you could lock in a profit, take a price pre-game, and then lock in a profit after sort of 15-20 minutes, and a decent one at that. So that's something to consider. And that leads us nicely finally onto the in-play markets, and at 0-0 at 25 minutes there's just over a 50% chance of a goal before half time, so I think that really is going to put you bang on the money. I think 0-0, that's going to be around about even money at that period, and as is over 0.5 goals. So if the game is open, you may want to sort of take that option. If you've got that even money, it's pretty much bang where it should be, so use your match reading skills there. That's an opportunity there, and there's an 80% chance of a goal being scored between 25 and 70 minutes. Okay, so that's 4 in 5 games of the profile of these teams scoring there. So again, use your eyes to guide you. You get a feel for the game, and then you could sort of play in the 1.5 goals markets. You're going to be getting a similar sort of price around that sort of 30-minute mark that is available now, possibly around about 167, 170, something like that, on over 1.5 goals, and there's a high percentage of that, and there's an 81% there's another goal going to be scored. So if it does happen, it's a catalyst for more goals to be scored. And finally, it's a 66.67% chance the last goal of the match will be coming after 65 minutes. So 1.5 or above, you will get that sort of price at that particular price. It will be bigger than that, so you're going to get some value at that. So if the game's open enough, one team may be chasing the game, then that these stats are in your favour as well. So that's just some in-play stats there. That's it from this preview. Check out all the previews this weekend, a busy weekend on the Premier League, and I hope you found that useful. Also check out the market analysis on this game, and you can find that at betting-insight.com. That's it from me. My name is Matt Finnegan. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.